जातमेतद् रसायनं जगद्दारिद्र्यशमनं निदानमिदमक्षयम् जगद्व्याधिप्रशमनं भैषज्यमिदमुत्तमम् भवाध्वभ्रमणश्रान्त जगद्विश्रामपादपः दुर्गत्युत्तरणे सेतुः सामान्यः सर्वयायिनां जगत्क्लेशोपशमन उदितश्चित्तचन्द्रमः जगदज्ञानतिमिर प्रोत्सारणमहारविः सद्धर्मक्षीरमथनान् नवनीतं समुत्थितम् सुखभोगबुभुक्षितस्य वा जनसार्थस्य भवाध्वचारिणः सुखसत्रमिदं ह्युपस्थितं सकलाभ्यागतसत्त्वतर्पणम् जगदद्य निमन्त्रितं मया सुगतत्वेन सुखेन चान्तरा पुरतः खलु सर्वतायिनाम् अभिनन्दन्तु सुरासुरादयः अभिनन्दन्तु सुरासुरादयः अभिनन्दन्तु सुरासुरादयः इति श्री शान्तिदेव विरचिते बोधिचर्यावतारे बोधिचित्तपरिग्रहो नाम तृतीयः परिच्छेदः। ॐ
All right, I think we can go ahead and move. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to have everyone come out this morning. It's such a beautiful day, so it's going to be perfect for our Sunday morning session, meditate and chant. Tasha is going to give the Dharma talk today, so let's get ready for that. Of course, most of you know that Lama Matt had undergone surgery. Yeah. Is it okay? Well, it's out now. Yeah. So, but he's okay, and he's probably going to be back next Sunday. So it wasn't like a super big thing, quick. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Rime Buddhist Center. We are very happy and glad you're here. If you're joining us online and would like to follow along with the service, please click the link in the event description to download the service handout, PDF. All right. And this is for later, right? Announcements. Okay. All right. So let's settle in. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Refuge was In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. For immeasurables, may all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. May all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness. And may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. As space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may we too abide to dispel the misery of the world. Okay. I'll just make this kind of a short guided meditation. I'm just going to read this to you, and then you can just kind of keep it with you. And it's a kind of loving kindness meditation. So to yourself. May I be kind to myself. May I be filled with unconditional love. May I accept myself just as I am, and may I be at peace and at ease. And now to a loved one. May you be kind to yourself. May you be filled with unconditional love. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be at peace and at ease. To someone neutral, may you be kind to yourself. May you be filled with unconditional love. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be at peace and at ease. To someone difficult, may you be kind to yourself. May you be filled with unconditional love. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you be at peace and at ease. And last, to all beings everywhere. May all beings everywhere be kind to themselves. May all beings everywhere be filled with unconditional love. May all beings everywhere accept themselves just as they are. May all beings everywhere be at peace and at ease. And just continue to sit with those words for a little while longer. Supplication to Buddha. To the Blessed One, the one gone beyond, the fully awakened one, the great physician, the supreme teacher, you came to this earth and through your own efforts you obtained the awakened state, overcoming all suffering and distress. Through your great compassion, you showed us the path to liberation. You taught us the merit of compassion, wisdom, and equanimity. To you, the glorious teacher, I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly, the teaching of the Blessed One. Through the merits of these thoughts, words, and actions, may we dedicate this for the benefit of all sentient beings. And like you, O Blessed One, may we and every being attain your supreme awakened state, free from the ocean of suffering. Lord of the Dharma, I prostrate to your omniscient being. 7 in prayer. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually and mentally transformed. I declare all my negative actions accumulated and beginning this time, and rejoice in the merits of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicated the merit to save myself and others to the great enlightenment. Mandala offering. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha filled and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, strangers, and my body, words, and enjoyment of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it, pleasure and blessed, freedom from the 3 poisons. Idam Guru Ratna Mantalaya Kame Naitayami. Supplication to Palden Lamo. Soul Mother, Lady victorious over the 3 worlds, please pay attention here and now. You overpower the whole apparent world, samsara and nirvana, by heroically guarding the Dharma and Dharma holders. 4 types of actions flashing like lightning. You soar up openly like the full moon in the midst of a garden of powerful Dharma protectors. Powerful Dakini protectors to your omniscient being. Short praise of the Buddha's deeds. Through skillful compassion, born in the Shakya clan, unconquered one, subduer of Mara's horde, your body shining like a pile of gold. To you, O wise one, I pay homage. When 10 months completed, you were born, Shakya prince, in fortunate Lumbini Grove. Supreme marks honored by the gods, confirmed to your Bodhi lineage. To the victorious God among gods, I pay homage. Among the Shakya youths, wanting their athletic physique, you excelled in your prowess in the 64 crafts, and all conceded victory, and your renown filled the eyes and ears of all. Unweakling the 3 worlds, I pay homage. At the 4 gates, city gates, you were shown the 4 kinds of sorrow, and cut your own hair in front of the Vishuddha stupa. On the banks of the Nyanja, you practiced as an ascetic. To you who are free from the faults of the 2 obscurations, I pay homage. To make worthwhile your efforts without beginning, sitting beneath the Bodhi tree in Makahada, in unshakable posture, you fully awakened. To you in whom omniscient wisdom blossomed, I pay homage. At Varanasi, you turned the wheel of Dharma, and in the Cheta Grove, you showed great miracles. At Kushinagara, your wisdom mind passed into parinirvana. To you whose mind is like the sky, I pay homage. Words of the praise of the deeds of the enlightened one, master of the teaching, may the action of all living beings come to equal the act of the Sukata himself, calling the names of the Buddha. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you my offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you make offerings, In you I take refuge.
Muni muni ma muni so muni muni ma muni so muni muni ma muni so Om Muni 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 Soha Om Muni 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 Soha Om Muni Muni Muni
Yeah, sorry. Um, Now we're going to sit for 10 minutes doing tongue meditation, and I'm going to try to lead you on a guided tongue meditation. Breathing in suffering, breathing out compassion. As you are seated here, allow your body to settle. Let the spine be naturally upright, grounded, yet at ease. Allow the hands to rest comfortably. If it feels appropriate, gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a moment to relax the body. Soften the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders. Let the belly be soft. Let the breath move freely. Now take a few slow, deep breaths, inhaling fully and exhaling completely. With each breath, allow yourself to arrive more fully in this moment. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Pay Bring your attention gently to the sensations of breathing, the rise and fall of the body, the feeling of air entering and leaving. Allow the mind to rest with the breath, not trying to change it. Simply knowing the breath as it is. If thoughts arise, gently note them and return to the next inhale and the next inhale. Now bring to mind someone who's experiencing suffering. This may be someone you know personally, someone who's close to you. It may be one being or many beings. Let the image or sense of this person arise naturally. There's no need to be precise. As you hold them in your awareness, allow yourself to sense their suffering. You do not need to analyze or judge it. Simply notice how it is felt. You may experience it as a physical pain, emotional heaviness, or as a sense of tightness or despair. Whatever arises is enough. Now, as you breathe in, imagine breathing in this suffering. You might visualize it as an ominous storm cloud, a dense smoke from a fire, or a heavy weight with each in-breath. Gently acknowledge their pain. Not to fix it, not to push it away, simply to be willing to touch it with awareness. As the suffering enters the heart, imagine it being transformed like light passing through a prism. Within the vast open space of the heart, Suffering meets wisdom and becomes compassion. Now, as you breathe out, send out compassion and healing. Visualize this as a warm, radiant light, like the light of the sun, or as a gentle wave of kindness and care. With each out breath, offer relief, ease, and love. Let the suffering be released, transformed into compassion as it flows outward. Continue in this rhythm, breathing in suffering, breathing out compassion. Allow the breath to set the pace. There's no need to force anything. There's no right or wrong experience. If at any time the practice feels too intense, you may soften the visualization or return your attention to the simple sensation of breathing. You may also widen the focus, breathing in the suffering of many beings and breathing out compassion for all. If the mind wanders, gently notice that and kindly return to the breath. Breathing in, suffering, and breathing out, compassion. Now allow the image of the suffering being or beings to gently dissolve. Let the practice rest. Return your attention fully to the breath and just as it is, inhaling and exhaling. Notice the body seated here, supported, held, grounded. Take a few deeper breaths. Feel the stability beneath you. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, carrying this intention of compassion into the rest of the service and into your life beyond this moment. Calling the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, think of us, behold us from the place of great bliss on the crown of your head. Bring us to meet the very face of the Dharmakaya, the awareness of our true nature. In this very life, bring us to complete enlightenment. Alas, sentient beings like ourselves who have committed negative actions wander in samsara from beginningless time, still experiencing endless suffering. We do not feel even an instant of repentance. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, think of us, behold us swiftly with compassion. Bless us that renunciation arise from the depths of our heart. See within ourselves the mountains of faults, yet we put down others and broadcast their shortcomings. So they are as minute as a sesame seed. So we have not the slightest good qualities, we both saying how great we are. We have the label of Dharma practitioner, but practice only non-Dharma. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, think of us, behold us swiftly with compassion. Bless us that we lose our pride and centeredness. We conceal within the demon of ego clinging that always brings us to ruin. All our thoughts cause kleshas to increase. All our actions have non-virtuous results. We have not even turned towards the path of liberation. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, think of us, behold us swiftly with compassion. Bless us that grasping onto a self be uprooted. A little praise makes us happy, a little blame makes us sad. With a few harsh words, we lose the armor of our patience. Even if we see those who are destitute, no compassion arises. When there is an opportunity to be generous, we are tied in knots by greed. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas think of us, behold us swiftly with compassion. Bless us that our mind be one with the Dharma. Also, we have taken refuge in gendered bodhicitta and made prayers. Devotion and compassion have not arisen in the depths of our being. Dharma activity and the practice of virtue have turned into hollow words. Our empty achievements are many, but none have moved our mind. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas think of us, behold us swiftly with compassion. Bless us that whatever we do is in harmony with the Dharma. Bless us that repentance arises from deep within. Bless us that our path becomes free of obstacles. Bless us we are able to exert ourselves in practice. Bless us that we bring difficult situations onto the path. Bless us that we see the very face of the mind's true nature. Bless us that we achieve enlightenment in one lifetime. And now we're going to chant the Vajrasattva mantra 3 times. Om Bensa Sato Samaya Manupalaya Bensa Sato Dino Petrita Teto Me Bava Sutokayo Me Bava Supokayo Me Bava Anuwakto Me Bava Savasiti Me Bayatsa Savakama Susame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Savatata gata pensama me munsa pensi baba mahasamaya sato umpet. Om pensa sato samaya manupalaya pensa sato dino patitra trito me bava sutokayo me bava supokayo me bava anuwakto me bava savasiti me bayatasa Kama susame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan savatata gata pensama me munsa pensi bhava mahasamaya sato umpet om pensa sato samaya Manupalaya bensa sato dino patrita trito me bava sutokayo me bava supokayo me bava anuwakto me bava savasiti me bayat savakama susame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavam savatata gata bensa me munsa Pensi Baba Mahasamaya Sato Umpet. Short.
Om Vajra Sapa 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 Om Vajrasattva 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 Om Vajrasattva.
For the next meditation, it's going to be a silent meditation. And as Daniel always says, you can do whatever methods you like. Well, thank you so much for everyone who has gathered here today. It's a beautiful morning so far. A warm welcome to the new folks. And if you would stick around until after so I can say hello to you. So next Sunday is May the 31st. We will celebrate Saga Dava Dushan. Events begin at 5:30 with a 24-hour Mahayana vows, followed by a self-guided meditation in the shrine room until 6. We will conclude this auspicious day with a special puja at 6 p.m., held both in person and online. We're going to return to the Kansas City Pride Fest on June 5th and 7th, and we will share stickers, wristbands, malas, and community information. We need volunteers for booth operations, organization, and mala production. I'm not sure mala production, maybe there's a better word, creating malas. Yeah. If you can assist, please stay. I guess not today. But if you can assist, I think you go to our, what's it called again? Band, thank you. Band, and you can, yes, band to sign up for shifts at the Pride Fest. And then this coming Wednesday at 6, we have another creative sessions and making malas for the Pride Fest. So I hope some of you can make it. And on, I don't know the exact date, but the first Sunday in June, we'll have our Dakini meeting. So that will be upstairs. June 7th. Thank you. All right. For 30 years, the Rime Center has served as a sanctuary, especially, I think for me, for sure, as a sanctuary in Kansas City, cultivating compassion, sharing wisdom, and nourishing community. And as our Sangha grows, so does the need to sustain this space or a new space. We invite you to contribute to our 2026 Temple Fund. We try to raise $30,000. It's our goal to help find a new building, possibly, and ensure that this Rime Buddhist Center remains open for many generations to come. Your generosity of any size helps preserve and extend the Dharma for years to come. And I think that's the end of the announcements. And I'd like to welcome Tasha to give our Dharma talk. Okay, let's see.
All right. Good morning. Can everybody hear me okay? Travis, we're good? All right. All right. So this morning, I am giving the talk on healing the heart through the Four Noble Truths. Okay, so the Four Noble Truths was the Buddha's first teaching. And I think that actually matters quite a bit. Because after awakening and enlightenment, and after seeing clearly into the nature of existence, the first thing the Buddha chose to speak about was suffering, which makes it easy for me to trust the teachings, because I actually do not trust teachings that rush people towards positivity while they are still carrying unbearable things internally. The Buddha began with suffering because suffering is actually where human beings live. And lately, I've understood that truth in my body, not through my mind, but through my body. So I'm a writer, which means I process my suffering through the written word. And recently, I wrote this that I'm going to read next. These next couple lines. I wrote, "I've run out of space. There is no room left. No more cubby holes. No more empty drawers. No more closet space. I have nowhere left to hide my emotions." And after I wrote that little section, I realized something. And I realized how much of my life had been spent compressing myself into small, little, safe spaces, trying to stay functional and present, and trying to stay strong and useful. And I think many people know what that feels like. Yeah, it's just me. To carry so much internally that eventually your body begins speaking for you. Because the body always tells the truth eventually through exhaustion, through anxiety, through depression, through shaking hands, through insomnia, through tears that arrive before we even have the words to explain why. The body says what the mouth could not say. And I think many of us have spent years abandoning ourselves in order to survive, especially women and caretakers, and specifically Black and brown women who are taught that strength is survival, and then survival is glorified, right? But strength can actually become a prison because people begin to admire your ability to carry pain instead of questioning why you have to carry it alone in the first place. I recently wrote, "I'm trying, God, and I'm tired, God. I'm so tired." And this God that I speak of is what I define as the part of me that knows. It's the most honest part of me. It's the voice that comforts me when I'm doubled over in my own suffering. And when I say I'm tired, I don't mean I'm tired like I need more sleep, even though I do. But I mean exhausted in my soul. The kind of exhaustion where every responsibility feels enormous and where every sound is demanding something from me, where the nervous system feels so inflamed from constantly carrying too much for too long, and still the world keeps asking more things from us. Still the bills come, people need things, responsibilities continue, and you are still expected to function while internally unraveling. And when you finally say out loud to everyone to just leave you alone because you got so much shit to do, people demand an explanation of that too. To explain your exhaustion and explain your suffering and explain why you cannot continue abandoning yourself to make everybody else comfortable and happy. And sitting in that suffering, I finally understood the first noble truth in a deeper way than ever before. Suffering exists, not because we failed or we're weak or we're broken, but because we are human. The Buddha called suffering dukkha, pressure, instability, the deep ache of trying to hold on to things that cannot remain fixed. We suffer because life changes. Bodies change, families and family structures change, money flow changes, relationships change, mental health changes. And yet we spend so much energy pretending that everything is okay when it's not. The second noble truth teaches that suffering has causes, and one of the deepest causes is attachment. Attachment to identities, attachment to silence, attachment to roles, attachment to being the strong one, attachment to loyalty. Once upon a time, I wrote the following line: I am a loyal daughter who will keep secrets. And what I meant was this: there's a kind of loyalty that destroys the self, a loyalty that demands silence, a loyalty that asks us to protect systems that wounded us, a loyalty that teaches endurance instead of healing. And eventually, something inside says, no more. No more pretending. No more minimizing suffering. No more calling survival strength while your nervous system collapses beneath the weight of carrying everybody else. Right? Am I the only one carrying too much? Because I began realizing something painful. People will often celebrate your strength while contributing to the conditions that required that strength in the first place. I just want to say that again. People will often celebrate your strength while contributing to the conditions that require that strength. And Buddhism asks us to look directly at that truth, not with hatred or blame, but with clarity. Because liberation cannot happen where truth is denied. Liberation cannot happen where truth is denied. The poet and essayist and writer Audre Lorde said, "Your silence will not protect you." And my goodness, that truth feels so loud. Because silence does not protect us. Silence exhausts us and isolates us. And silence teaches us to distrust our own suffering. And I don't know about y'all. I think many people are silently drowning while appearing functional to the world around them. I mean, for real. right? Many people are silently drowning. And the Buddha never turned away from suffering people. He actually moved toward suffering. And that's compassion. Not fixing something or judging or trying to look away and act as if you don't see suffering. The willingness to remain beside suffering without turning away or even denying its existence. The third noble truth says that liberation is possible and that teaching matters deeply. Because if suffering was permanent, I genuinely don't know how people would survive day to day, honestly. Buddhism does not deny suffering and it doesn't worship suffering either. It says that suffering can transform. Not because life suddenly becomes painless or because we transcend humanity, but because we stop abandoning ourselves inside of our humanity. I wrote recently, I'm breaking out of the jail of loyalty, and I'm no longer choosing to be a prisoner. And when I wrote that, I sat still for a while to contemplate that. Because I realized how many emotional prisons that I had inherited before I even had the language to name them. Things like generational trauma, silence, shame, fear, self-erasure. And one day something inside finally says, I can't breathe in this constriction anymore. And that's not a moment of failure. Maybe that moment is actually awakening. Because awakening is not always peaceful in the beginning. Sometimes awakening is grief. Sometimes awakening is rage. And sometimes awakening is finally telling the truth about your life and the years of silence. Sometimes awakening is simply refusing to disappear from yourself anymore. I wrote something else recently that is still swirling in my mind. My freedom is the freedom of my children. And I believe that with my whole entire heart. Because children inherit what we normalize. If we normalize silence, they inherit silence. And if we normalize shame, they inherit shame. If we normalize self-abandonment, they inherit self-abandonment. But healing ripples out too, right? Truth has ripples. Liberation has ripples. And I realize that if I want my children to know freedom, then I must become willing to know freedom too. To know it in my body and in the way that I breathe and in the sound of my own voice. I wrote, I am the Harriet Tubman of my own soul. And when I speak of the soul, I'm speaking of the most tender part of me. That's what I mean by the soul. Because Harriet Tubman had to first know herself as free, right? She had to first know herself as free before she could guide others towards liberation. And maybe that is the deepest spiritual work that any of us will ever do. To stop participating in our own imprisonment. The fourth noble truth says that there is a path, not a quick fix or a way to bypass, but an actual path, a path of mindfulness and a path of compassion, a path of right speech and a path of honesty, a path of learning how to remain present with suffering without letting it destroy us. And maybe the deepest form of right speech is honesty. The honesty to say, I am hurting and I'm overwhelmed and I deserve compassion too. I deserve freedom. Toward the end of what I wrote, after all the grief and exhaustion and truth telling, I wrote this. I can now take a deep breath after years of choking. That's freedom. When I looked back, that line sounded like Dharma to me. The ability to breathe again. Breathing after years of silence, breathing after shame, breathing after self-abandonment. The Buddha began with suffering because suffering is real. But he didn't end there. He moved toward liberation, toward awakening, toward compassion, and toward truth. And maybe that's the invitation of this life, is not to become less human, but to become honest enough and awake enough and compassionate enough to stop abandoning ourselves and one another inside of our suffering. Thank you.
Thank you, Tasha. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Oh, classes. Oh, they're all the way over there. Oh, God. Yeah, thank you, Tasha. Like, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to undo everything again. I think I forgot to mention that we have our Sunday ritual where we have treats and coffee. And if you could give a $2 donation, that will go to the Bodhicitta Fund, which is an organization in India that helps young girls who come from often underprivileged families, to help them to develop spiritually, but also develop skills that they can use in earning money. So we really appreciate if you do that. So you can afterwards feel free. I think that's all I have, right? Yes. All right. Let me do this. Long life supplication of the Dalai Lama. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good, all powerful, generous, and tensing God. So please remain until samsara ends. A flower of faith in praise of Lama Chuck and Mary. Lama of great compassion with kindness to all, you firmly establish the Rime tradition through skillful means and wisdom. Mary Tenzin Dava, who is the embodiment of all the Dakinis, with the sun of wisdom and the moon of compassion. You bring love and joy to everyone you meet. Inspired by your example, I vow to cultivate compassion and wisdom this moment forward in all my future lives. I will strive to embody the Buddha's teaching in every thought, word, and deed. Dedication of merit. By this merit may all obtain admissions, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. From the ocean of samsara may I free all beings. By this merit may all obtain admissions, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. Ocean of samsara may I free all beings. By this merit may all obtain omniscience, may defeat the enemy wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of earth, old age, sickness, and death. From the ocean of samsara may I free all beings. Aspiration prayers. Bodhicitta is precious, may it arise, for whom it has not arisen, once arisen may not diminish, but ever grow and flourish. All difficulties, without exception, being pacified with harmonious situations like the treasure of the sky. May the teachings and practice of the Rime tradition live long and shine brightly. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday and a great week. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.